Hey guys, before this video starts off, I just have to say whatever I see in this video, this was recorded around 3 a.m. in the morning, like just on the brink of me falling asleep. But I believe everything I said here, I still stand by it. And I just have to say that Arlecchino is a very strong character. I really enjoy using her, but maybe she isn't for everybody. So, let's get to the video. Time to get some people triggered about what I said. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well. So, this is my early thoughts about Arlecchino. Remember, keep this in mind. Early thoughts. I have only used this character for about, let's say, roughly between 2 to 3 hours. Now, it sounds a lot, but you have to take into consideration that you have to farm and all this stuff, and learn the rotation and thing. So, in combat experience, I maybe have about 45 to 45 minutes to like an hour, which is not really that much because it's only limited what we could test this right now, because the abyss only have one side that you could truly use her in, because the first side is just, oh my god, it's so terrible. But yes, this is my early thoughts about Arlecchino. What do I think? What is my first impression? Now, I took her to the abyss once I got her up to about 70, and I was really, really impressed with the damage that she was doing. She was pulling off close to like 100,000 vape, and I tried her in some other team. It was doing 30 to 40k normal attacks, which is just good. That's fully buffed up with Kazuha and Bennett, etc. And like first impression, very, very impressed with this character. When you take her to the open world, she feels good to use. You get her burst up really fast because the mobs give you a good amount of energy. When I took her to the abyss, it's only one side of the abyss that kind of throws me off. It could be skill issue. It's a skill issue, to tell you the truth. But talking about skill, let me talk about some issues that I feel some people or some players that might have with this character. Now, everybody so far who I've talked to, they've been asking me, is she better than Hu Tao? This is very, very controversial. This all comes down to who you like more, who you can invest in more, etc. But at the moment, right now, I might get cancelled for this. I would recommend Hu Tao over Arlecchino right now. Well, wait. Let me explain why. Hu Tao has an established team. Well, she has like two very prominent established team, three or four if you take into consideration, like, like swapping out various characters, like for Albedo instead of Yelan or Furina instead of Sincho. And then you have the Cloud Retainer team, the Plunge team, which is just so epic, it's so strong. Now, this is what I'm thinking right now. I believe that Hoyoverse is still cooking with this character. They gave us a character with Bond of Life to learn the mechanics and wherever. And I feel like coming down in later patches, she will get better. It's not saying that she's bad or anything is wrong with her. I just feel like she's missing something. There's like one or two supports, I think. Like Bennett is holding up good. Kazuha is the GOAT. He could make almost any team work or any character itself with the kind of setup that you could use with him, right? But it feels like it's like you're in between if you want to do Monopyro, if you want to do the Overload team, or if you want to do the Vaporize. It doesn't have like a specific team that you could watch and be like, yes, that's the team that you need to run with her. You know how you have the Hu Tao double hydro type of team, then you have like the Zhao with the Cloud Retainer and Farzan nowadays, or it have like the Al-Hitam with the Cookie and the Nahida, etc. Yeah, she doesn't feel like she have that team that wow me as yet, because some of the rotations felt kind of iffy, if you kind of get my gif. That's the first time I ever used that term. But yeah, it's not really like issues with her. I feel like there's a little bit of future impact being played right now. So if you're at the crossroads where, you might want to save for Hu Tao, if you like Hu Tao more, I feel like you should just wait right now. But when she gets her rerun, by the time she gets her rerun, she's going to be a lot better. And that's Arlecchino I'm talking about. So some little things that I came across, it's not really with her, it's more of skill issues. I feel like I have been playing her a bit wrong, and I've started using her a little bit better, because there's a certain way in Genshin that you play a character. You go with your supports, then you jump into the main DPS and you start dishing out thing. Now, with Arlecchino, you have to know how to time the elemental skill, especially the elemental burst as well. It comes in really, really clutch, and it actually could, really make your experience a lot better. So majority of the time, like I have always forgotten to use the elemental skill, especially after a burst. And it's something that it might take 1 or 2 days for me to, maybe by today I should have it set in my brain. But you need to do the elemental skill, let it cook a little bit, meaning you have to switch off, do your other stuff, then switch back into her and do the charge attack to go into the mask state. And it's like, it works fabulous, won't lie to you. But like once you have the energy and stuff, this is where you have to kind of think, like you have to look at your elemental skill, cool down, and know if you really want to use the elemental burst now and then do a skill and let it cook again. So it takes a little bit of practice, but I see it could be like very satisfying if you pull it off, because there are some times where it felt like Arlecchino had like 100% uptime with everything. It felt like so smooth. And that's the thing about this game, it's like it has me thinking, and it has me kind of excited for the future, thinking like what could be coming in the future that could benefit Arlecchino. But let me don't talk about that now. We'll talk about that next time. With her teams that I have been using with her, I have found a little bit of difficulty. Not in the open world. To tell you the truth, in the open world, everything works. She doesn't really die that easy, especially. Like, she is squishy, I wouldn't lie. But once you could pull off 1 or 2 little dodges, especially if you have the burst up, you could get it working really, really fine without having any issues. It's just that it has specific enemies that, well, it's mostly in the abyss, to tell you the truth. There are specific enemies that kind of annoys you. They could kill you really, really fast. And the problem with that is like, because her skill is on such a long cooldown, and if you don't have her burst up, sometimes you might run into an enemy where you do your full rotation, and by the time you switch into Arlecchino and you do the charge attack to go into the state, you might want to switch off like 1 or 2 seconds after, because some enemies could you kind of nuke you into like send your HP like straight down, and you don't really want to keep on feel once the HP goes down. So at that point now, you either want to gamble it and see how good with skills you are, or you will have to switch off. And if you don't have the burst up before you switch off in a current situation like that, then you will have to wait a very, very long time. Or you could probably try to funnel some particles into her to burst to get the skill back up. So, it's something that it's not really that brain dead, but it's just some little things that I came across that might not be of any concern to you. But it kind of not really ruined the experience for me, but it had me like thinking like, maybe there are some other characters in the game right now that's kind of easier to use. Now, this is nothing saying that she's bad or anything. As I said, this is just my early thoughts right now. It will take me like maybe by the end of this day to have everything down perfect. So to just summarize this, Arlecchino dishes out way, way, way much damage that I expected. She is very, very strong. She does have a type of way that you need to get used to using her. And with the specific teams that you have right now, it's just feeling like we're just placing her in anything right now. So it's working though. That's the crazy thing. So I could be totally wrong about this. Maybe this is her end all be all. This is how we will use her. But I feel like whoever's didn't really design this character to be another Sinsho, Bennett, Kazuha kind of team. Maybe I feel like another 4-star might come out to make her a lot better. But yes, this is my early thoughts about Arlecchino. She's fantastic. Honestly, this is going to be my new main for a very long time. Her animations is fluid. The burst is literally a domain expansion. Voice acting is perfect. She's designed like wow, the attack animations is really, really satisfying to look at too. Very good job whoever's there with this character. I like that she doesn't feel like those other generic characters that you use in this game. It really feels like you have to kind of work around certain things to get her working. It's not really like a workaround for her itself. It's just the way how you play this game. But once you get it off, it's one of the most satisfying things that you could feel in this game. But yes, this is my early thoughts about Arlecchino. Did you win the 50-50? Leave a comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Stars shining really, moon visions in my sight, landing nowhere within sight. Had to take her with me, she was tasty to my sights.